What's going on, YouTube? This is Fish Freak Phil coming at you with the update on my Cobalt aquatics C-Vue 40, as well as the Fluval Evo 13.5. Kind of good, bring you guys up to speed what's been happening. I was on vacation for a week last week, and I had somebody watching the tanks. Unfortunately, I had a couple of deaths in the Cobalt aquatics. I came back and I had 3 fish that were missing. No signs of them. They didn't jump out of the tank. Well, it is what it is, I guess. My tail spot blenny, my Macaska flash wrasse, as well as the tailbot damsel gone. As you can see in there, I got doing something a little bit risky, I guess. I got another angelfish in there, dwarf angelfish, a rusty angelfish. Whitney, my Coral Beauty angelfish, is not too pleased with it. We'll chase her a little bit, chase the other one a little bit, and but the aggression has died down, definitely. Like, it's been only a day. It's only been about a little bit over 24 hours, and yesterday it was relentless. Other people have had success in doing this, but I did not add them at the same time, which is a big mistake on my part. If you're gonna do that, you should always add them at the same time, so that no one, that each fish has a chance of establishing their own little territory. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The aggression, by the looks of it, it'll die down. I'm pretty confident of that, because yesterday the Rusty Angel was basically running for his life. My clownfish was in here, and lately I've noticed it's been super aggressive in his tank, so I've actually pulled it out and put it back into the Fluval Evo 13.5, and I will never buy another. I will never buy another clownfish again. And the only reason why this one is still around is because it's one of my first fish, and the fam loves him. But Henry, as you can see, is a bit of an asshole. And yes, clownfish do bite. The Fluval Evo 13.5 is looking pretty dope. No deaths in this tank. As a matter of fact, everything seemed to be doing very well. Again, some bubble algae in both tanks, taking it out manually. And after a while, I'm actually getting pretty good at this. I can actually, glove up and actually just, depending on where it's at, I should say, I'll add glove up and pretty much kind of, you can kind of just almost like roll it off of, kind of gently dislodge it off of its base and pull it out of the tank, or suction it out of the tank. I wish I didn't have to, but I've become pretty good at doing that. Tank is looking pretty dope. I have plans on, and I still haven't done it yet, changing that pump out. Those spin nozzles are what they're called. They're not the greatest. If you can see, it's slowed down to barely even working. It is rotating, but so slowly it's almost, I may as well not have it in there. But the other one was all caked up. I had 2 of them kind of going, swapping it back and forth, but over time, I guess it is what you get, what you pay for. But I will be changing that out with something else. My Rastas are doing pretty dope. I'm happy about that. Those are my favorite. And yeah, everything. Give you a quick look at this. Taking over. Dragon eyes. Took over that rock. It already landed on the rock, on both rocks there. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna let things kind of grow mature as they are. I'm gonna try not to move things too much. This frog spawn is, this thing is like the comeback kid, man. Like I thought this thing was almost dead at one point in my early videos, and it's come back. Its head's got multiple heads now. The bottom there, if I can, like, it's got like crazy heads in there. And this thing started off with just three heads, and it's like it's gone to like 9, I believe. These Duncan corals, like they're going to sleep now, but man, like when these things are up and like it's like they're about the size of my fist. These things are nice and bloated. The coral in the back, the Superman, look at that, it's making a comeback. Look at that portion of that coral. It's got algae on it, but it's actually growing over, and this is kind of pretty though. It's actually growing over top of it. See that? It's kind of growing over right over the top of it, over the algae. But that's dope, man. And it's coming back, so I'm gonna leave it in place. Now, way in the back, I don't know if you can see, I had another SBS frag for the longest time. It didn't look like it was doing anything. But it is growing. It's doing pretty dope too. So I can not block out the light so much. So you can see it right near the unfortunately the water's distorting, the flow of the water is distorting the image on the camera. Right under where those zoanthus are, that frag. I didn't know if it was going to do well there. It took a while to acclimated, and it's doing well. Yeah, everything is doing pretty dope. This guy up here, this bird's nest is kind of branching out like crazy, like it's going all over the place. You know, zoas are doing dope. Everything's pretty good, pretty good. My rainbow acan, I think when zoa, like I moved it to the other tank and it lost all the zooxanthellae. It was almost, but its color's coming back. So I'm just gonna leave it here in this tank, and I'm not sure, I just didn't like the cobalt, the lighting I had in there. Even though it's the same lighting, I guess where I had it, maybe the water, wasn't happy with the water. But you know, lesson learned, I'm gonna leave it where it is. Let it come back and let it stay there. I've gone over to the cobalt, made some moves, lost some corals too. The whole algae things battle. If you can see where the white areas there had some corals there. There's one there that died. This one is not quite dead. There's a little frag here. I'm gonna leave it. I had some clove polyps in the back rear area, but I put them at the top here, and I want to see them grow over and take over that whole rock there. That's what I'm looking to have happen. This frag here. Wasn't really feeling it. It's kind of one of those spur of the moment buys. So I kind of moved it. I'm probably going to be bringing it back, or I don't know, getting rid of it. I don't know. I'm not going to be keeping it. I wasn't crazy about it to begin with. These zoas are doing pretty dope too, growing over the rock like I wanted. Still battling algae, and what I've been doing, and actually my issue was the water, bad water. So I had my RODI unit coming in, just waiting for a faucet attachment to also come in. Wait, the RODI unit is in, just waiting for the faucet attachment to come in. I tried sourcing it at different places, couldn't find what I wanted or needed, so it'll be coming in. Once I do that, I'll be able to get my water. Till then, I'm going to, not my LFS, because that's where I was getting the bad water from. So I'm actually going to the supermarket and getting distilled water, which is last time I got it was reading at 1 with my TDS meter. The first time I got it was first time I used their water was reading at 2. And ever since then, it's been, the algae's actually been dying out. I haven't, outside of like dosing, I did put hydrogen peroxide in here. Did some reading on that, and it's, if you ever, please do research before going ahead and doing that. But I dose, when I do dose it, 1 milliliter per 4 gallons of water. 40-gallon tank, I dose 40 gallon for 4 milliliters for my 40-gallon tank. If you want to get more accurate, then that's up to you, but that's how I dose it. But it's not continuous dosing. It's better if you darken your tank up for a few days and dose it a little bit every day. And I'm doing only 3%. I'm not doing like the 35% that's gonna melt your skin off your hands or whatever have you. Some folks do. That's it's a little bit too intense for me. So over the counter, 3% hydrogen peroxide, and I've been doing that every few days in here, and it's been helping. I've been also adding Microbacter 7, not every day but every few days, to both tanks, which is kind of helping. I don't know if it's helping or not, but it's bacteria help, more beneficial bacteria. Cool thing is, in my filter socks, I looked in there earlier, was hoping to see maybe a fish in there, that one of the dead fish in there. It's still alive, but no. But I did get a pleasant surprise. It is teeming with copepods in there, eating stuff away, which is kind of dope. That's a good sign. Also, during the day, yesterday, while I was scraping the glass, I noticed later in the evening I had a bristle star, part of a bristle star. I may have cut it while I was scraping inadvertently, but on the side of the tank. And it was, I thought it was algae stuck to the glass. When I took a closer look, it was actually a brittle star, and it was slinking its way up this way, and after some time it disappeared. So where it's gone, I don't know, but it'll regenerate and then keep doing what it's doing. Those are good to have in a tank, so that's good. Anyway, this is Fish Freak Phil giving you an update on both the Cobalt Aquatics C-Vue 40 and the Fluval Evo 13.5. Now you just heard that. You know what that is? That's bubble scrubbing. I have it on timer. It literally just turned on as I was signing off. See that? A bit much, but if you look in there, I don't know if you'll be able to see any of the bubbles. Glass is kind of dirty. There we go. There's a better shot. So I haven't been doing it too long, but over time will tell. Time will tell if it actually helps or not. We'll see. Anyway, do your research, try things out, see what happens. Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and also hit me up on Instagram. Check out my pics, short videos, Fish Freak Phil, all one word, Instagram. Later, y'all.